What's up, family? Peace and blessings. I'm trying to see my old face. Oh man, that was a real deep. Good morning, Hebrews. Good morning, Hebrews. Morning, Hebrews. And to the other nations, Gentile nations who love Christ and will follow Christ and love the Father. And they are willing to serve God of Israel because they know the time, not because they've been brainwashed, because they study the word and they even against all bunch of straight truth. You have no, when you think about it, you ain't left with no other recourse in life. I mean, as a human race, period. Even to those who are wicked, you know, your time is up, bro. Time out. Game over. Game is over. And we got all these religious people out here with this religious doctrine. I always say it, if you don't try to follow, it's cool to listen to people. Because some people, you know, they understand something that's going on in the world. And then some recognize through studying the word there's something missing. Something missing. It's not in the Hebrews are using it to build the kingdom outside of what the world has given us. Well, where y'all come with that from? We don't read that. Exactly. You don't read the Bible. That's why a lot of us don't get it. We take the word of somebody else, right? And I'm not saying nothing is wrong with learning from others. But then you have to pick the book up yourself and start reading it yourself. How you gonna know if what I'm sharing with you is the truth? Yeah, I got a heart for the Most High. I love the Most High. Wayne ain't gonna lie to you about the scriptures, but everybody don't got the heart like Wayne. Some people will use it to take advantage of you or of a situation like I'm not gonna deny the truth. It just is what it is. A lot of people got a love for God, but not according to knowledge. They don't know how to. We don't. It's like we don't have eyes to see things of the spirit of a higher nature. Like we think it's make believe because you were never taught this in church. You don't understand. It's different levels, man. I'm a novice, right? I'm a novice with it. But I understand from years and years from when Mama. Remember when Mama started taking you to church? You was mad, like, why am I going to church? I don't want to go to no church. Hey, you was mad as all outdoors, right? But you understood the mission. And you retained some things. You heard some things, family. It don't matter that we liked it. I didn't like it. Yeah, I'm going to church, but I still don't. And I don't go to church to this day. I joined a couple of churches, man, in the early 2000s, but that's when the was setting in. God was the Spirit had already been poured out on all men, what the Bible tells us. So we know this, right? It was working on me, family, pulling me out. I stopped going to church. I joined the church, big old church. I liked the reception that they gave. Walk through there. When you join, you walk through there. Oh, it's like the president walking down the you know, you like a celebrity walking down the carpet. I'm like, okay. That's good energy. That's the type of energy you need. But that ain't the type of energy God is looking for. Although they might have meant well, it didn't get my attention enough to keep me. Why you say that, Dwayne? Because the Most High had something. He was calling me higher. And that's something believers gonna have to work out in the Most High themselves. Why am I hollering? I got the headphones on. I'm thinking I gotta holler for the phone. Smart man to put the headphones on. Yes. So, but in most cases, and to be truthful and honest, I understand. I understand, man. Because just like in in my work area, in the area that I work in, it gets slow sometimes, and I'm like, okay, I started questioning. You got bills, you he ain't no man. He can't pay his bills. Like when I get up in the morning and go to the washroom, I know what I am by law. God put a law in each of our members, and it tells who we are. If you ever get confused, I understand. I'm having fun with it because they like to play games and be talking smack. The enemy like to use our people. They don't understand. They think they got a moment where they can say, "Oh, you talking about this and that, but you falling short." And like, oh my God, ain't about me. It's about you awakening the God in you. Because just as sure as it's in me, and I'm reading the book, this is what the book is declaring, and this is what it's proving. It's a fact. Now comes you have a lot of in between building, understanding who, and then realizing the instruction given to you, and knowing how to operate in it. There's so much going on. So I'm like, man, these people don't know this Bible. You gotta go there. That's why you have so many problems with people. When you finally read it, and you see what it says to yourself, oh, you don't know. But what's taking place is an exchange. That's what Christ said, be ye therefore like your Father, and come out of the world. Don't think like them. Don't have no connections with that. That's a system. That world he's talking about. It has a system, right? Which instructs its citizens. Kingdom exists simultaneously. It's more important so than what you see in your life because instead of you seeing the vision the Most High has, you see what the world gives you. You gotta understand who's the ruler of the world. Adam allowed. Adam rejected the government. Then when the Hebrew man or woman try to explain to you the importance of the Messiah, we get crazy and act like we don't understand. When Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6 tells us, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, right? That son, that child that the father prophesied will come through that virgin from Isaiah 7 and 14, then Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 6 through 8. That child that comes forth, that's the sign that the Father is giving himself. So that means that when you see that child is the Father in his flesh, himself. talk about Revelations. I don't know what that noise is. It ain't nothing but the devil. Get out of here, Satan. You don't understand who God's people truly are, the Hebrew. I'm just gonna be flat out straight point blank with it. If you don't understand who we are, the people, you won't understand. Like when you read about, and we bring Deuteronomy 28 out because it's a gift. It's a way in life. We be so deep, you know. Hey, we be so deep, but and I understand, but it's simple. It's simple mathematics, right? But it's all based on God's word. That's the only guide to the king's plan. I told you, I give you the key. I give you the key. So it's not no secret. Yeah, it's secret to the natural eye. You won't just perceive it. Like a lot of people don't believe when they hear certain people read the Bible and talking about the wisdom of the Most High's word. That's all you need. That's the blueprint to life. What you talking? And I understand why people get riled up and reject the truth. Because they don't want the truth. I assure you, if you read that book for yourself, you're not going to get the same conclusion that you got when we were taught coming up through the church or what our parents taught. Because when you read it yourself, it's going to give you a whole different insight. You're going to come away believing it. What I hear today, people be talking. I understand the Gentiles. You got to know Gentiles are the right people. They're the Gentiles. You know, they're in the areas that the descendants of Shem, who the world calls people of Abrahamic faith. You know it by their spirit. The world don't follow the Most High. So I refuse to have a conversation. You don't know in this day and age who is people with the infection problem. We got a problem. We should go read. Crack a book on it. It's the hottest topic around the world. Because why? We know it's the end time. The Most High is calling all, not just Jacob, the descendants of Shem, and Jacob, who carries the covenant in these people. This is bloodline family. And it ain't just the Negroes. As far as the Hebrews, there's a difference in the Hebrew and the Israelite. But the Hebrew is the Israelite, and he's the firstborn. But others can't even do it. But he has the covenant. Remember when they went to Africa, the Messiah sent them. Genesis 26. Telling you he'll make some great nations. And he did. That meant multiplying the people and as a people too. Not just in possessions. Yeah, he had a plan of the land. Because when we came in and built the land in Pharaoh, they gave their own portion of the land. And the things that was happening in the forest, people of Egypt was the power of the hand of the Most High moving to show his power. They'll touch you. And I'm going to tell you the things that's written, and I'm going to prove it. Ye are God. Psalms 83, that ain't talking about no secret counsel. Psalms 82, Psalms 83 is talking about the actual people of Jacob, these Shemites. Them the people that's jumping across the world that everybody following. They the fastest. They the coldest on the court, on the football field. They go hard too, and they just as important as baseball. In any other sport, they the reason you have sports. Why? Remember, it was the Greco-Roman Empire that built the Colosseums to house these games, right? Who you think was in there? Yeah, they people was going in there, but the majority of it was based on who? Your people going in there. Samson was black, a Negro. And when he said that he fought in those Colosseums, Samson was a Nazarite. Samson wasn't no joke on them. He gave the Philistines the business. They hated him. They sent what was her name, Delilah. That chick used to ask him boldly. I know he had to know, but he knew he had a strength. Black Rock, man, Black Rock owned everything. I was just watching something and I had to pay attention. You gotta pay attention so you'll know you connect the dots. So when you do, if y'all say y'all do wanna boycott war, we're not dealing with this business no more because they woolly woolly woo. Find out who owns it because 9 times out of 10 they own multiple businesses. But in the same breath, I think I know because I used to wonder why don't I fit into the world, a system, a scheme of things. I never wanted to be a part of that crap. When I used to watch uh man now Pesci and De Niro and Sharon Stone and Mafia film, you know, and I used to ask them, no, which one? That was Goodfellas. He was like, don't you want a job? Man, have you ever thought about having a family, getting a job, and all that? And Nero was like, what the fuck is that? You know? Hey, when I was young, I fell in love with that because I knew the world was full of shit then because we seen racism. We seen prejudice. We seen the police harassing. You know, I'm a 70s baby, raised in the 80s, late 70s, I remember. I remember the snowstorm in 77. You know what I'm saying? 78. We was out on the porch, jumping off the porch, jumping down into all that deep snow. So I remember the 70s. So you had that element of black power. That word, here we go with that word. Words have like it don't transmit spiritual power. Like it don't fairy, I mean, good feeling words and sayings. No, that book is real. You know what I'm saying? That book is alive. That's the reason. That's the source of where you hear words have power because of the word of God, and that Bible having power. I can talk about the Bible all day. It don't go nowhere from, but I have to go for right now because I don't have things properly aligned, and I'm working to get it there. It's getting there, and I ain't gonna have to go and be running around. You gotta learn how to do business. You gotta pay attention when people giving you game because it'll save you a headache. Now you gotta work for all these companies that you don't want to work for. Now we seeing which the Hebrews have won. Man, these people ain't right. These people did A, B, C, and D. And today, their ancestors don't want to repent. It's gonna be just like The curse that happened with Ham that was passed down to his son. I don't care how y'all trying to debate it or whatever you're trying to do with it. It is what it is. It's written. God said it, and that's that. Oh, why ain't be talking about he? Ham was look. We know because in part because of the word we read it, and you can see. You can see the nations of Ham's descendants and where they at. They are mighty people. Don't get it twisted. They are mighty people still to this day. And their land is the land of milk and honey. Ain't no land more wealthier than the land of Africa. Stop playing. The so-called lands where y'all talking about these people wealthy, when the dollar cut off, they ass ain't gonna have no wealth. That's the only thing holding it up, because these nations are under judgment. Pay attention to it, man. I understand what some of the people who are reading and studying and I understand judgment. And they're declaring that no, this is not God's judgment on these nations. And we'll, family, when have America made this many mistakes in politics? When have the nations pulled out of doing business? That was the reason of their relationships. And we all know business. We know the relationships can fold. They hold or they gonna fold. And over time, they fold, family. That's just the nature of the system. But then, all through that flick, through that whole ordeal, it shows the heart of the people that you deal with. You got the resume on them. That's how I look at the world, and I compare them to the Bible because I know it's talking about us, all of us, but all us ain't the Hebrews, the Israelites in particular. No, and all Israelites ain't Hebrews, but Israelites are Hebrews. They're the root because they the firstborn out of the nations who the Father chose, and they have an eternal covenant. So I'm gonna use this month to constantly tell you and show you, and I don't have to go 50-hour video. It's true because the signs are there. Read Deuteronomy 30. It blow your mind. It talks about the redemption. Once, like you hear the language that I'm speaking about, okay, we are God's people. We're going through things that was established in the covenant. Not that God allows nothing to happen. I hear people talking that smack. You don't know the Most High. And when the pressure's on, you're going to be calling them. And you're going to remember. So watch your mouth. Put some respect on when you talk about Yahuwah. It's nothing wrong with the word. Neither new or whatever how you want to describe it. New or Old Testament. There's nothing wrong with it. People add to it. And a lot of people are put there to add to it. Some of them know. A lot of them, some of them know, but a lot of them don't know if they haven't really been open and they just run off at the mouth regurgitating something, especially these groups. The group consensus, if you represent the God of Israel, can only be to point the people to the Most High through His Word. All that talking about a man, if we don't follow this and follow them, go sit your ass down somewhere. I said it. A Hebrew Israelite. If you ain't the Ruach HaKodesh, you shouldn't be pointing nobody to look nowhere else. I mean, if you the Ruach HaKodesh, and which you ain't, you shouldn't be pointing nobody to look other than to the Spirit, because words have power, and them words are gonna have a spirit in it that's gonna come alive when you are communing. You are in relationship and spending your time with His Majesty and communing with Him. You and Him. not what no Negro telling you. What if he wrong or she wrong? That's where that relationship comes from. That's your power because that's how you activate. When you talk about, I follow this one or follow that one, that's cool. Y'all can come together. Oh, my nation, his nation, old nation that's despised. Because you are. People hate you because you the people. The Most High put enmity, division. There is a separation. It has to happen. Phase copyright, phase copyright. What's that? Some politics. Yeah, no. Man, Russia been selling fucking gas. That's why America started selling its reserves, that LNGs, because it was trying to still pose itself as this having this power and authority, great authority of all nations. It's the beacon of hope. Like your ass is the beacon of death. We ain't the beacon of light. You steady passing bills that go against God, putting allowing states to put the devil a picture image in the likeness of the beast, the devil. So that means your system is the beast. People ain't listening, especially when you share with them that this nation came out of Britain. Britain came out of Rome. Rome is the beast. It's in the Bible. So all that questioning, no. Watch what you say. Study to show yourself approved. You can't trust people to tell you the truth without researching it for yourself to confirm. Yeah, you can listen to them. Yes, you can. But that don't mean the truth is going to be confirmed until you search it out and confirm it yourself. You're going to have a visitor. That anointing is going to convict you that you are no, not in a bad way, but it's going to confirm. That's how the word works in spirit and in truth. You read right wing media, it's attack on Westmore. Who is Westmore? Oh shit. KKK targeted his making great grandfather. Oh wow. See what I'm saying? The enemy know his time is up. So they doing all kind of these are they trying to initiate these are workers of iniquity. They know the sons of God have awakened. So they want to rouse you up, but to rouse you in the wrong way. Wall Street tricked us. Money already moved. Oh well. Yeah, because people ain't listening. I share with people. I'm not an economist, but I know how to manage money. Anybody do. There's a system, and the system comes with instructions. If you want to know, all you gotta do is read it. Read about it. All that I don't know, and because you ain't taking the time to want to know. You know? Yeah, it's deteriorating because of Genesis 15 unfolding in reality. Look at it is written and it must be fulfilled. Or what's the sense of having a creator? The creator's word won't come back void. But what we've been taught can be misleading, Father. And many people will fall away because they won't believe the word. They'll follow a man. It's like I hear a lot of people, oh, I'm not a Hebrew Israelite anymore. And I'm like, wow, how can you lose the spirit of your creator of all the worlds? He's the Elohim of all of the worlds, but of Israel, which is his firstborn, his firstborn. You know, that he ordained, gave a covenant to. And the world, okay, the world is saying that they Christians. That's okay. Be a Christian. That's you. I know what the word the fathers declared. I know who I am, and my instruction, my purpose. That's enough for me. And I'm still learning how to go about fulfilling it. Like I said, I used to wonder, like, I don't fit into the paradigm of the world, the scheme of the world. Trust me, I tried, but I never fit in. I always, man, my mom used to always say that. I don't fit into it's not that I don't get along, but I just don't fit in. And that is a good thing, because then that means you, it's scary for some, because that means you have to carry the weight of truly, really realizing. And if you're with somebody, you really have to step up. And it's gonna be challenging, family. They gonna even question, should I be messing with you? And especially knowing you can't do business like you used to. You can't mess with that. Most High in Genesis 1, he gave you two commandments. Verse 28, he tells you be fruitful and multiply. He tells you to rule over the work of your hands. So that means you need to start a business. You need to create a way through other systems that's already up and running. But I choose to do everything straight raw from the from nothing, to show that we are like our Father. We are very creative. Most High is a creator. And when I get in the jam, I always sit. You know how you always sit and think, what can I do? We all thinking. We all have the I am in us. Because that's when we're in the gym, we immediately think, what can I do? Or before it even get there, we'll sit there and think of a play. Okay, I need to make these moves, and this is what's going to really create another form of cash. Create this value, and value attracts what? Cash. Cash is attracted to a good manager, somebody who's creative. That means you're managing your time to create things of value. Money is attracted to management. Money is attracted to value, right? Well, if you can manage to your time value in a valuable way to create, I'm gonna get stuck or confined to, okay, the world says A do A B C, and the return will be E F G H I J K L M N O P. No, it don't work that way when you are a child of God. Contrary to society, what society believes in following religion. Religion have instructions, and I'm sure getting money is one of them because they expect you to pay tithes. I listen to these preachers. I heard a preacher talking about God told me I got $100,000 donor here, and you gonna give me that $100,000. I'm like, what this nigga just say? Like, he let that roll out. It was offering time. I'm like I try to explain to people, like, man, bro, our sister, what the world have taught us, when you go and sit down and really consecrate yourself unto the Most High, shut the world off, go and read that book yourself, you're not gonna see all that. It's gonna show you something different, way different. Yeah, your heart, your intention might be to be led by what you've been taught. But once you start reading, it don't have to be the Bible, it could be any subject matter. Once you read it for yourself, you're gonna get a different interpretation because you're taking the time. And all things written. That is a law. All things written. Why? Because the Father spoke it. All things written will be revealed. Why? Because words have power. It's simple. There's a spiritual connotation that's on there, that sits on there. That actually is the foundation. Because words have power. You speak it, think about it, and you move towards fulfilling that which your mind is saturated with. That's why I speak the word, because that's why I saturate my that's what I saturate my mind with. A lot of study, in-depth study, beyond the English. I love the Hebrew, reading the Hebrew and really knowing what the word is saying. And when I hear it, it's like this happy feeling come over you. You hear people talking and you're able to, you now you have eyes, you have eyes to see. Oh, it's a beautiful feeling. It's a joyful feeling, uplifting. It's that spiritual charge. You did the I am. That's the item. The olive, Dalit mean that's in you. The Bible talks about it. That is in me is greater than he that is in the world. That's the spirit operating in a world that's not of the Father because of Adam. But Christ, when he came, he brought it back. And that was his purpose for coming, to bring the kingdom back and to bring the governor so that man can rule in his natural state. In his first finished business I need to get to. But guess what? It's already worked out. Watch. People think they know I'm telling the truth, but it's like they scared to let go of the world, take hold of this, because I'm telling you, this Bible, this is us. We got something for real with this word, and coming out of the world and returning to an instruction that was given to our ancestors. It's the natural law. It's divine spiritual law. And the instructions in that book that's given us. It's the divine spiritual law. And think about it. Going back to Adam in the beginning, to man in the beginning. When you're looking at a spiritual picture, Genesis 1 is in the spirit. For the Most High allow anything to grow on the earth. Wall Street tricked us. Money already moved. And Wall Street trying to get in the clear. America has a debt. I don't know how people overlooking that. And I understand, because this nation ain't gonna pay it. They're moving to come into a new system. And in that new system, a clean slate. You can say I'm wrong or whatever, but that's a fact. We see moves being made every day, the de-dollarization. It's like, they know it's like we pushing it too, because we're preparing for the collapse of the dollar. That's why they buy gold. You see these big companies, these blue chip companies, NASDAQ and Dow Jones, these companies are pulling out. Who? Look at the banks. You have to pay attention. The banks pulling out. You got a lot of them that's closing. You got hundreds of banks that's closing. I had to do the research on the quiet. I ain't gonna just, be talking about it because people, you can cause people to fear, people make moves, or some people will just ignore it because they like, this dude don't go. Man, look, black people, stop fucking playing. Play yourself once and shoot yourself. Because y'all know ain't nobody coming on here playing no games. I give up to date, I give up to the minute information and share. I share up to the minute information. I don't wait because you're dealing with brothers and sisters' money. And we already, brothers got dang on keeper. And we already leery about doing business with one another. Like, that's a sin. We talk about we the children of the Most High and we love Him. Even if you're a Christian, you say you're a Christian. Okay, we the sons of God, and that means whatever we do, we gotta support. Why we ain't supporting one another business, especially us that's showing you we can rule, but we can't rule in nobody else's house. We already got a house. Right? We gotta come out of theirs. He told you, come out from among them. Don't nobody want to come in our house. I am. I'm gonna get off this video. Y'all be encouraged. I'm gonna keep on pushing this word and sharing this information. This is where we at. And I'm on them cars, vans, and trucks all day. And get up with me. Leave a message. If my phone off, message me. We can go on Facebook, find Dwayne Reese. You know, or go on my Facebook Messenger, leave me a message. We're gonna use these airways for what they for. If the phone off, it ain't that he ain't got no money, he ain't got no extras. The little money he get, he gotta give it right up. He already behind. So he got to do better. It's not that he mismanaged, and don't get it twisted. And I'm thankful for every job that I get. But it needs to pick up. I need to pick it up the pace. Get more active in other places. There's other areas I can touch on. But these things I create. I already have two avenues. I got some orders yesterday from my man. I got to go get it. He's like, man, continue my orders. I won't. He gets 6 shirts every 2 weeks. Brand new. With a print with this particular design I made for him and him only. So you gotta get it, fam. And I'm gonna use it for what it's supposed to be used for. His glory. That's like even I'm looking at the black Republicans. And I'm looking at the Democrats too. I'm like, y'all paying attention. Y'all bosses freaks. These people running in, these people and some of them that was there, that whole system, they freaks. And there are other implications. I'm like, I'm not even gonna waste my time talking about them because we knew. For all these black people, I already need to shut up. They don't know what they're talking about. No, I think you need to shut up now and go and open the book and learn. Y'all don't know nothing. And you don't, and you misleading the people. Man, stop sending people to the wolves. Yeah, they selling a whole lot of that crap off. Mm-mm. What we gonna do? We're gonna worry about everything they doing. And we're gonna build our own and provide your own security. Microsoft ain't want that they boss, and he said The gonorrhea thing didn't happen, but he never said he wasn't on the island. He said he went on the island. So you guilty by association, pal. And these the people y'all continue to. Well, I'm not giving that up. I'm invested in it. God said you. That's why Christ said you can't love God and mammon. But before he said that, he gave you a list of reasons why. Because that's why. And then he shows you with that rich young Judean man. He asked him, what must he do to enter the kingdom? And the man told him, oh, I keep and do the law, keep the Sabbath. Christ told him, okay, take all you got and give it to the, lay it at the feet of the leaders of the assembly. And it would have been distributed as the people need. They might look at, oh no. And that is the perfect example to me of why you can't love. You're gonna love one and hate the other. Can't love both of them. That don't mean you can't get it, because you're gonna need it down here. Yeah. You're gonna need it, but you gotta know how to manage it. And because I get it from them, don't mean I gotta follow their systems. I can get the money and put it in mineral. I can put it in cobalt, and it'll hold its value. It won't lose its value. That's how the cars, they're able to. That's what the cars need. Electric cars and trucks need to run cobalt. So I mean, cobalt will remain an asset. And it's a God-given asset. It grows in the ground. And guess where it's at? In the land of milk and honey. Yeah, Africa. Listen to him. See what I mean? They talking about what these people killed off. He said food security. That's why we need the Bible. Because you can't kill off food security. You just can't mess with them and their systems. Their systems ain't right, family. Because why? In Leviticus, you're given instruction on how to plant, how many years to plant, how to distribute the food, how much to store, how much to give to the Levites, how much to leave for the homeless and those less fortunate, those who lack. They can walk up, and come and get as they need. There is an instruction. In this nation, all they want to do is plant, and they snatch up what they think they need to harvest. That's what they set their money projections on and sell you that they will have increase. Yeah, it might be a hit here or there, but overall the system will sustain itself. And it ain't gonna stand. Of course, without it won't stand forever. But God's natural resources are in the ground and being dug up. Seems like forever, ever, since we been on this earth. Since we've been on this earth.
You're going to make $1,000 this week, and this is going to be how you do it. Pay attention, please take notes.
Talking about kind of church, sis.
My name is Arlen.
Yeah, y'all need to check out Arlen Hamilton.
And I teach entrepreneurs how to make money fast, but in a smart way.
Hamilton.
So, I want to make sure
yes. Arlen Hamilton. Sister making hella cash, and she using these systems and showing you how to make the money like overnight. And yes, she is. I've been checking out the information they put out, and she making thousandaires, 100,000aires, millionaires. These people getting these $100,000 was wrong, fam. Using these systems that you can put in place that can run your business. It's a lot of new things happening as far as running businesses. And the businesses will have to adapt to these systems. So you have people who make offers to sell you, to put you up on this information. You have people who know this information and put you up on this information, and to teach you how to use it to make money off of it, helping others to get the information where they can put their businesses in on the front line so they can compete in today's systems are designed, that they can compete and keep their business and popping and making money for generations, And I'm like, shit, y'all check out